Shalom, shalom, loved ones. It's a blessing and a pleasure to be with y'all one more time. All praises to the Most High. Before we get started, I just want to salute and to encourage my brother New Breed, man. Let me tell y'all, I was just in his hometown like 2 months ago. And when I tell you I was there to do a performance, and when I tell you that brother showed me more love than even the promoter that brought me in town to do the performance, it was crazy, man. Like I couldn't believe it how down to earth, how cool the brother was, man. So with that being said, his big channel, I just got the news. I was watching one of his videos that his big channel got taken down on some claims or whatever. Well, not taken down, but banned where he can't post on it for 2 weeks. So I feel it's only right to tell everybody to go on over to his Patreon and check out whatever you got to say in that time, because I'm pretty sure the brother gonna be dropping some important stuff in them 2 weeks, and I don't want to be 2 weeks behind, man. So I encourage everybody to go right on over there, show love to the brother. He was one of the first brothers. Shout out to my brother Johanna82, who gave me the idea to even start making these presentations. But when I had it in my mind, I was really thinking about it. He was a brother that encouraged me to go for it, for real. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to my brother Mark the Messenger. You know how we do, man. And like I said, man, go over to that Patreon, support him. Go over to his pages and see how, else that he could be supported or whatever like that. Encourage you to go for it, man, because like, man, these people don't realize how much time and energy brothers put into these messages to bring forth to everybody, because we love the people that listen. You see what I'm saying? So it's a labor of love, and sometimes it could be just like a thankless job where people could take it as, oh, that's just what you're supposed to do, which is our reasonable service. But at the same time, if you're getting something from it and you're being edified, there's no harm and no shame in giving back to the people who give so much to us. So shout out Brother Breed. Pray everything goes well. And in the meantime, support it over on that Patreon. And support him on his other page, New Breed Music. I think I'll put the link in my description because the words escape me, the actual accurate title. I don't want to tell y'all anything wrong. So just check the description box or leave a comment underneath this video, and I'll put all his links and stuff. But what I want to talk about this week is something that's like my mantra, something that I strive to get to and I strive to be. And let's get into it. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiasticus, in the Apocrypha, chapter 32, verse 8. Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words. Be as one that knoweth, and yet holdeth his tongue. Revised Standard Version. Speak concisely. Say much in few words. Be as one who knows, and yet holds his tongue. Now, let's get an example of that. What I'm talking about, just to make it a little clearer. This is in the New Testament. This is Matthew chapter 13, verses 10 through 17. This is the King James Version. And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou unto them in parables? Verse 11. He answered and said unto them, Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Verse 12. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance. But whosoever hath not, from him shall be taken away even that he hath. And that's where that song from the great Billie Holiday, who was a Baltimore resident like me for a little while. Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. I know I'm not doing it justice, but that's the way I remember it. But yeah, that verse comes from that verse. This is Matthew, once again, chapter 13, and that's verse 12. Verse 13 says, Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they seeing see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Verse 14, And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which saith, By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. Verse 15, For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and not understand with their heart, and shall be converted, and I should heal them. Verse 16, But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. Verse 17, for verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. So let's get this out of a different translation. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. This is Matthew 13, 10 through 17 in the Good News Translation. Then the disciples came to Messiah and asked him, why do you use parables when you talk to the people? Messiah answered, the knowledge about the secrets of the kingdom of heaven has been given to you, but not to them. Verse 12, for the person who has something will be given more, so that he will have more than enough. But the person who has nothing will have taken away from him even a little that he has. Verse 13, the reason I use parables in talking to them is that they look, but they do not see, and they listen, but they do not hear or understand. Verse 14, so the prophecy of Isaiah applies to them. This people will listen and listen, but not understand, and they will look and look, but not see. Sound like a lot of people nowadays. Verse 15, because their minds are dull, they have stopped up their ears and have closed their eyes. Otherwise their eyes would see, their ears would hear, their minds would understand, and they would turn to me, says Elohim, and I would heal them. Verse 16, as for you, how fortunate you are. Your eyes see and your ears hear. So if you're among those whose eyes see and ears hear, be blessed, be thankful to the Most High, because so many don't. Verse 17, I assure you that many prophets and many of Elohim's people wanted very much to see what you see, but they could not, and to hear what you hear, but they did not. These are wonderful, marvelous times that we live in, brothers and sisters. And that being said, let's get into the meat of the message. That was just a little prequel. Had to read that. Call this one, if you know, you know. Speaking in parables, but still very plainly. Say, knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. This is Sirach, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 11, verses 7 through 9. Some advice in these current times. Verse 7, blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first, then rebuke. Verse 8, answer not before thou hast heard the cause, neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk. Proverbs 18 and 13. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame to him. Contemporary English Version says, it is stupid and embarrassing to give an answer before you listen. Back to Sirach, Ecclesiasticus 7 through 9. This is verse 9. Strive not in a matter that concerneth thee not, and sit not in judgment with sinners. Now, this is the Good News Translation. Be cautious. Verse 7. Before you start criticizing, get your facts straight and think the matter through. Verse 8. Don't interrupt while someone is speaking. Hear what he has to say before you answer. Don't just hear a little bit, hear a little snip here and there. Let the person finish. Let them get their whole thing out before you respond to them. Hear the whole thing. Hear the whole matter. Verse 9. Don't get into an argument that is none of your business. Don't take part in decisions that are being made by sinners. So if something don't have nothing to do with you, don't be quick to just jump in it. You know, like so many times these days, people want to get your take on this. People want to get your take on that. A lot of things, man. My take is, it don't got nothing to do with me. I had a meme, and it was Big Worm. And it said, you know what that got to do with me? And it was talking about when people ask me about certain things that I no longer have any stake in. You know, like, why y'all asking me about that? Ask somebody who still has stake in it. Ask somebody who still stands to gain from that. Share it with somebody who has something to gain from that. Not me. I don't got nothing to do with that. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I had a coworker, and on her part, it was very ignorant. But some things you can take out of ignorance and turn it around for something good, or at least something comical. I had a coworker who, like, I don't know, like her head was just like in the clouds, and she was connected to one of the higher ups in the company. So therefore, she was doing a lot of things that if somebody else did those things, they would get in trouble. But because of the connections that she had with the person who she was connected with, she was allowed to get away with it. So in my job, you had to brief the person who's coming after you about everything that's going on at the site so that they can know, if there's anything that they need to know. Like they have something even now called like a pass down book that you pass down information to the next person that comes after you. But at that time, we didn't have the book, so I was trying to verbally let her know everything that's going on. And because she know that she could basically do whatever she wanted and get away with it or not do anything at all and get away with that too, I'm telling her the information, pertinent information was going on in the building, and she hit me with nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me. So that'd be my stance when people tell me stuff that don't concern me for real. I don't have a horse in the race. Nothing to do with me, nothing to do with me. But I had to make it a little more manly, like a king, like a lion or something on a cartoon. Not like how she said it. But enough about that. Let's get into Psalms 1, verses 1 and 2. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of Yah, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. That's what we should be meditating in. That's what we should be concerned about. Amplified Bible. Blessed, fortunate, prosperous, and favored by Yah is the man who does not walk in the counsel of the wicked, following their advice and example, nor stand in the path of sinners, nor sit down to rest in the seat with scoffers or ridiculers. Verse 2. But his delight is in the law of Yah, and on his law, his teaching, as he habitually meditate day and night. So that's what we should be concerned about. There's a lot of things gonna come. What Tupac said, you're gonna see a lot of things. It's gonna make it hard to smile. But like Joel Osteen said, like life is like the radio. We get to decide which frequencies we turn into. Get to decide which things we invest ourselves into and stuff like that. But if we do invest ourselves, we have to be so very careful not to invest on the wrong side. Like just hear the whole matter, hear the whole cause, then make your decision, then form your opinion. Don't do it because there's somebody you like, there's somebody you don't like, whatever the case may be. Because right and wrong is always not who we like and who we don't like. Somebody we like could be dead wrong. Somebody we don't like could be absolutely right. And sometimes we don't even know why we don't like the people that we don't like. Sometimes we don't like people because somebody else told us we shouldn't like this person. Then when you actually meet them and you chill with them, you're like, yo, you ain't nothing like how everybody said you was. And there's some people that you think is cool. I had somebody tell me, never meet your heroes, because some people you think cool, and when you meet them, they be so arrogant, so mean, and so however, you're like, dang, I can't even listen to your music no more. I can't even appreciate your movies no more, because you're an a-hole, for real. So my whole thing is just form your opinions for yourself. Form them based on knowledge and truth. And most of all, fear the Most High, keep His commandments, because that's the whole duty of man. Everything else is extra. That being said, much love. As always, love each and every one of y'all. Shalom. Hope and pray y'all have a blessed week. And we will get to meet again real soon. Alright? Peace.